the QA BeamChecker Plus, tests that daily constancy for your photons, your electrons, flatness, symmetry, constancy, your laser localization. You can do collimator, size indicator, and your ODI at isocenter. We also do some wedge tests that are capable as well. And we also have a management package, QA management data package called QA Pilot, and the information and data from the BeamChecker can be pulled right into that as well. And if you're interested in taking a look at our QA Pilot, we do offer webinars on that as well, or you can talk to your regional rep, and they can help you set up a demo for a QA Pilot as well. I'm a little put off as far as not having you guys not being able to hear initially. So let me kind of get back into the swing of things. But some of the basic specifications of the QA BeamChecker Plus. It's an ion chamber based array with 8 parallel plate ion chambers. It's got a water equivalent housing, so it's got built-in build-up for electrons and for photons. You can measure that beam flatness, constancy, and symmetry from cobalt 60 or 6 MV and 20 to 25 MV electrons, and I'm sorry, photons, and then 6 to 25 MeV electrons as well. You can track 9 individual radiation treatment machines with the system also. And then you also have the ability to trend those results and generate informative reports as well. And then there's also, as you can see here, it sits on a power/data cradle. Not only will it charge the unit, which is a battery-based unit, so you don't have to have it plugged in for power, but it also is a download station to be able to download the data from the BeamChecker Plus to your PC for that reporting and that trending. So, we always say ease of use is the key. Some time ago, I was talking to a therapist, and at one of the trade shows, either AAPM or Astro, and she came up and she's like, "I can't believe how easy this is. It's like it's our best friend in the department." It's so we kind of coined that as the therapist's best friend because of that ease of use. We have a patented wire-free mode where you can actually use the system software free. So basically, you put the unit on the couch, deliver the required energies, and it will give you passes, fails automatically and immediately on the unit itself, and then you can upload that data to the PC on a periodic time frame. It'll hold up to 30 days of data, so you don't necessarily, as long as you're getting those passes on a morning check, you can just move along with your day. If you do get errors, then you can kind of dig a little deeper with it as well. But that software-free solution makes it quick and easy to perform those morning checks. You get that immediate pass-fail. You get PC connection as well. You can do it either if you do want to have it connected to the PC and run it off the software, you can do that as well, but it's not necessary. Nice feature about our system too is this automatic energy detection. So you can, once you set a baseline, say you set a baseline for your 6 MV, your 10 MV, your 18 MV, and you deliver those, in any order, doesn't matter. But if you deliver a 10 MV, the BeamChecker will check that baseline and recognize that as a 10 MV beam and give you the results for that. Same with the 6 or 20, 25, whatever your energies are, it automatically will detect what energy you're delivering to it based on the characteristics of that beam and give you results accordingly. So it really helps you reduce those errors in delivery. So, there's not a set order you need to deliver them in. So if you're doing your 6 and you do your 25 and it's like, forgot my coffee this morning, I didn't do my 10, I got to do my 10 MV. Doesn't matter, you can do it in any order you want. The BeamChecker Plus will recognize what energy, what beam you're delivering. As I mentioned, some of the unique features to it, it's got that integrated buildup. It's either near or beyond Dmax, which aids in that repeatability. We've got dynamic modes as well, not just static, but we can also do dynamic. So if you're testing rapid arc or VMAT deliveries, you can do tomotherapy, both dynamic and static beams, as well as laser tests for that. We have CyberKnife functionality that we have an added what we call the cutting board, because it looks like a cutting board, but it's got embedded fiducials to allow you to utilize the imaging system on the CyberKnife for positioning and repeatability for doing the CyberKnife tests. And then you can constantly checks for your wedged beams as well, both physical hard wedges as well as electronic dynamic wedges. So that functionality is there as well. We have automatic temperature and pressure correction built into the unit itself. Real-time clock stamp on all data points, so you get a day, date, and time for any measurements that are done. Then we also have what we call physics mode, and the physics mode just kind of gives you some broadened capabilities. That's a software-based mode, so you can plug the unit in either wirelessly with our Bluetooth connection or directly with a serial cable, and you can run real-time measurements in what we call physics mode. And then it kind of becomes almost like a eight-channel electrometer, where you can check your rate and charge, your amp and coulomb measurements for the within the physics mode. So it just gives you some broadened capabilities there. But let's go into the actual unit itself. So the initial configuration is a baseline setup, very easy. That's really the only time you have to be connected to a PC if you want to use it accordingly. And that basically allows you to the unit to recognize those beams, deliver the baseline data to the PC, and also store that baseline data on the unit itself. Again, available both with the standard serial connection you see on the left, or the unit on the right is our Bluetooth attachment, so you can use it wirelessly from the couch to the wall of the vault. And you can define your action levels for pass, caution, and fail. And you then teach, essentially, you teach the BeamChecker Plus each energy's characteristics, and then those parameters are checked against for your daily measurements. So that's really all there is to baselining. You just deliver your beams. The BeamChecker essentially learns those beams, places that data into the software, and then when you do download or upload your data to the software for your subsequent measurements, for trending and for reporting, things like that, it goes back and checks against those thresholds that you set. But those thresholds are also stored on the unit itself to give those pass fails on the unit. So if you get a deliver your normal Linac beam, and it will automatically reset for the next beam, so you don't have to go in and touch the unit itself, or reset it in any way. It automatically will reset. So I deliver my 6, gives me my passing results. It will automatically reset and wait for the next beam. And once you do that, you deliver your beams, you place it on the power cradle, and then you can either choose to upload the data that day, or you can wait. Like I said, it'll hold up to 30 days. And when you place it on the cradle, it'll also automatically recharge the unit. And so you're ready for that daily QA when you take it off the cradle. So then, when you get there on your after you baseline it, your morning procedure, your wire free mode, again, you just take it off the cradle, place it on the couch, line it up to the collimator lights for a 20 by 20 field. No cables, no software. What you see is what you get. You can see the display is RDY, indicating that it's ready. You just line up. You can line up your in-room patient monitor video on the display there, showing you on the at the console what you're looking at there again, like ready. Deliver that beam, and you can deliver any beam which a baseline exists. So your 6, 10, 25, as I've kind of been going on about today, showing you what beams that will automatically detect that beam, automatically give you the results for that beam, and show you what beam was detected. In this case, 6x beam. So that 6x beam is detected, and if all parameters are passed, so those will be saved automatically and ready for the next beam, and you get that RDY indicator again. And what happens if your beam is out of tolerance? You can see here just kind of something that might be showing up incorrectly as far as the beam goes, you'll be on those indicators, you'll get the various notifications, CST for constancy, transverse symmetry, TSM, flatness errors, or axial symmetry error, things like that. So you'll see those, and you'll see that on the unit itself. So if any of those messages, if one of them or more of them will play, you'll get an audible alert. That's the only time you need to enter back into the room, is to reset the device, just to indicate that you have addressed the issue, and it might have been an alignment issue. You have to just deliver it again, or it may be something that needs a little more involvement and detective work to figure out why your machine is not performing correctly. But you do get those indicators, you do get those notifications saying, hey, something's not quite right. So then the only time you really need, if you're getting passing on all your photons, the only time you need to enter the room is when you go in to put the electron cone. You flip the device over for the electron side, and you continue on with your electron energies. So it's just one, if everything is passing and you're getting good results for your photons, you only have to enter the room once to flip the device and put your electron cone beam on, and then you're ready to go for electrons. And when it's complete, you do your daily test, you put it back on the cradle. It will charge the device, but then you can also choose in the software to upload the data. And you either get a table view, as you see here, I'm sorry, a chart view, as you see here with the trend lines, or you can set it up for a table view as well, giving you the specific readings of those chambers, as well as the pass, caution, or fail that you may encounter. So the report generation also, you have the ability to generate those reports, again, both in the tabular format or the chart view as well. Then you can print those out or save those in PDF, however you see fit. And for some reason, my PowerPoint stopped. There we go. So the alternate software-driven modes we have. Not only do we have the physics motor that I kind of mentioned, but we have a real-time operation. So if you do want to have it connected to the unit itself, the software, you can connect the PC either again with the serial cable or the Bluetooth connector, and then you can run it in real time, see your results on the PC screen if you so desire. That'll give you your flatness, your symmetry, your constancy, and then it'll give you the status bars, either yellow for caution, green for passing, or red for failure. Again, those are thresholds that are set by you. And you can see in the lower right of the screen here, I'm showing you also the physics screen, where I mentioned you can get rate and charge measurements, but you can also get those real-time results as well for your flatness and your symmetries. So it just gives you some additional functionality with the software itself. As I mentioned, you can also do dynamic beam machine QA. That includes the enhanced dynamic wedges. It includes a rapid arc or VMAT rotational deliveries, as well as tomotherapy, the high art and rad exact systems as well. So those are all functions that you can do the wire free as well. Basically, with the rotational, you just build a plan around the device, and then you deliver that plan accordingly, and then you get it'll check against that rotational baseline that you delivered to the beam originally, or I'm sorry, to the device originally, and will give you those results. We do have an optional gantry mount, so if you want to check your daily outputs at various Linac angles, you can certainly do that for your repeatable positioning and checking that at multiple angles. As I mentioned, tomotherapy, we've got both static and dynamic checks, so you can check those static output, your energy, your lateral profile constancy. The dynamic checks is a combined dosimetric check for the rotation, and then you can do laser QA as well, so you can check those external lasers with the real isocenter alignment of the tomo unit accordingly. And then there's an optional leveling platform which allows you to do a little more in-depth checking of those laser positions. So some of the benefits of the QA BeamChecker Plus: very simple, fast, reliable daily QA. Like I said, it's probably not having to use the software makes it one of the easiest units out there on the market where you can utilize it software free. So you got that wire-free mode, allows the software less operation, integrated buildup to provide stable and repeatable readings. Automatic energy detection, so it helps prevent mistakes. If you deliver a 6, it knows it's a 6. If you deliver a 10, it knows it's a 10 because you set up those baselines for it. Very robust system. It's got a 2-year warranty, so you can kind of be assured that that's going to be there from day to day for you. We've got the intuitive trending and reporting of all data, either in the chart view or the tabular view at your selection. And then the rotational and dynamic QA capability as well. So not only static beams, but you can check rotational daily as well as is needed. So that's kind of it. Just a quick overview of the BeamChecker Plus. One thing I know when I was not being heard, I think I did mention that that you will be if you have registered for this. Obviously, you're on the webinar now, but you will get a email with a link of the recording. We'll probably edit out the first part where you couldn't hear me, but anyway, you got to see the majority of the data and information from the BeamChecker Plus. But if you want to share it with colleagues so they can kind of take a look and see and hear about the BeamChecker Plus, please feel free to share that link. Otherwise, if you have any questions, I'll take a peek here. Just everybody telling me they couldn't hear me. So, I apologize that. Okay, one question: how does it know the beam energy? So basically, when you're baselining the unit, you do tell it that I'm going to be delivering you a 6 MV beam, and then you deliver that 6 MV beam. And what it does then, it basically it will save those characteristics of that 6 MV beam, both on the software and then on the unit itself. So then when you place the unit on the couch for that 6 MV beam in a specific room, it will recognize that characteristic, whether it's a 6 MV beam or a 10 MV beam. And the unit essentially goes, okay, that was a 6 MV beam. I recognize it. Here's your results. So that's how it actually, we've got 3 different chambers with different buildup in there as part of the 8 chambers. So you've got 5 chambers in the cross pattern, and there's 3 chambers that are utilized for that automatic energy detection. So you do tell it what beam you're measuring initially for your baseline, but then going forward, it will recognize that beam and give you the results. How does it know what machine it is measuring? So basically, when you do go in, you do have to select your when you place it on the couch. It will it will know, because if you have room 1 6 MV, room 2 6 MV, they'll be different enough where if you go in your vault 1 and deliver a 6 MV beam, it will recognize that as that particular vault. So it basically will recognize the different beams accordingly per machine or per room. Yeah, it looks like that's it for just a couple questions that were put out there. But if you do there, you see there a couple of emails, both my email, hpeterson@standardimaging.com, or sales@standardimaging.com, and that will go to either your particular representative or myself, and I can answer any questions further you have for the BeamChecker Plus. Other than that, I want to apologize for the audio issues this morning. I don't know why I could hear, but apparently my microphone wasn't working on my earbuds, so I switched over to a wired, and it worked. So, but thank you very much for your time. I hope everybody has a good rest of your morning or afternoon, and please feel free to check us out at standardimaging.com. One thing I wanted to quick mention before everybody leaves, we have recently acquired the IMT line of phantoms. So if you're looking for stereotactic head phantoms or torso phantoms for general QA and dosimetric QA, please feel free to again look at our website for more information on those as well. That's www.standardimaging.com. Thanks very much.